this is where you make the sale, okay? And the idea is to make them hate their utility bill, their utility company, and for them to go with us. Okay, that's the whole purpose of it. So normally, what I do is I tell the client, this is how the bill looks like, right? That's the first page. People normally don't go past that, okay? Even though it has more pages, people don't go past that. What is the first thing that you see when you see this, when you open the bill? What's the first thing that you see?
Dollar amount.
The dollar amount, right? People normally focus on two things, either the dollar amount or the graph, right? So you are actually focused on the numbers, very good. And we're gonna go over the numbers, and I'm gonna tell you exactly where those numbers come from, okay? This graph, what it shows is kind of how much you use each month, and it shows you what month you use more and what month you use less. But let's focus on the numbers right now here. So, how much money does it say that you spent last month?
$226.15.
Okay, you can see that?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see where they got that number from. That's what we're gonna do today,
Mhm.
okay? Because you are going to be disgusted where this number comes from, okay? Let's go to the next page. It's actually it's page number 3. That's the page that you want to concentrate, okay? So you have page 3. Page 3 has two different things that we're gonna talk about. You have the delivery charges and you have the generation charges, okay? I want to explain to you the generation charges because in my head that's the order, okay? What do you think generation charges are?
To make the electricity, to generate it.
That's exactly right. You want to ask them to do the math, okay? So take your phones or your calculator or whatever you have, so you guys can do it on your own. And right now, you are going to make believe that you have my calculator, you are the client, or my phone, okay? So the first thing that we're gonna go through is the generation charges I told you is exactly what you used, okay? So the first charge is $27.85, okay, plus the next charge is 8.34. The next charge is $24.69. And the next one is $36.40. Okay? What's the total?
97.28.
So $97.28. And you will write that down in the bill, okay, when you're doing that presentation. So $97.28. In other words, that's how much you are using, that's how much they're charging you for using electricity. But wait, your bill is $226. So if that's how much you're using, why is the bill more than double? Well, let's check it out. We're gonna go back up and talk about the delivery charges, okay? You can see over here some of the things that they are charging you for the delivery charges. So everything else that is not the electricity that you used goes there. Now, when you are explaining this, I need you to explain, get maybe two, three top. You don't want to explain too many of them because it's giving them too much information. I'm going to explain to you guys my favorite. To me, they're the easiest ones to explain. And they are the ones that really get people to go, what? So, delivery charges. There are two things that they're charging you here. One is the transmission and one is the distribution. What do you think the transmission is?
Transmissions like the transformers that send the electricity or
Okay,
transmit to
Good.
transmit charges.
very good. There are no wrong answers here. People come up with the craziest of answers.
They're always right.
No, they have no idea what it is. I've never heard the right answer. But I'm telling you right now, they're all fun. And it's like, oh, that was pretty good. I've never heard that one before. That's okay for you to say that. Okay, play with the customer. You want to build that rapport the entire time you're talking to them. Very good. So the transmission is actually delivery. It's what they are charging you for bringing the electricity to your house. So you know that the electricity starts from sometimes somewhere in the desert, and then it starts coming until it gets to the house. They're charging you for that. What do you think is distribution?
Distributing kind of still sounds like delivery.
Right! So guess what? They are charging you twice for the same thing. They're just naming it different names. So one is called the transmission and the other one is called the distribution. Now, how much are they charging you for transmission?
10.90,
And for distribution?
59.79,
Okay, so add those two up.
70.69,
Okay, so you're getting what?
$70.69.
$70.69 just to bring the electricity to your house, okay? Now let's think about this. Do you guys order pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah? How much do you think a pizza costs when you order it in your house? How about you?
About $20.
$20, okay. So if I was to tell you that it's $20 for the pizza, but I'm going to charge you $18 for the delivery, would you get delivery for that pizza or you go get it yourself?
Go pick it up.
You go pick it up, absolutely. Well, that's what they're doing with you right now. They're abusing you. They're charging you $97 for the electricity you're using, and then they're charging you $70 just to bring it to you. That's outrageous. Okay, let's see what else they're charging you. Conservation incentive adjustment. You see that one?
Mm-hmm.
See, I already skipped one. Did you see that? Conservation incentive adjustment. Incentive. Does that sound like a positive or negative thing?
Sounds like a positive.
Right, it's an incentive, right? Okay, so it should have a minus, like they're taking it away from you, not actually charging you.
Correct.
But they're actually charging you for something here. What do you think they're charging you for?
Not conserving enough electricity.
Very nice. Let me explain what they are charging you for. Do you ever go to Costco? Okay, guys, I already used one example, it was the pizza, that's in the test.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is Costco. Okay? Do you ever go to Costco?
Yeah,
Okay, why do you go to Costco?
you pay less for more.
Exactly,
Per unit.
right? Exactly. So you buy in bulk, so you pay less per unit. That's exactly right. Well, it's the absolutely opposite with the utility companies. So you're already paying for what you use. Yes or no?
Correct.
They are already charging you for delivery. But you're not only paying for what you use, but now they are going to make you pay more if they think you're using more than you should. So if they think that you pass their mentality of what you should be using, they're punishing you for it. So now they are charging you for that, just for that, $28.58 and 50 cents. How are you feeling about that?
Not
Like
good.
that.
You don't like that? No, that's the whole point of Costco, right? The more that you buy, the less that you pay per unit, not with them. They're punishing you for using their product. What company does that? Only they do, but they have the power. You know what? Because until today, you did not have a choice. Until today. Today you have a choice, and today we're gonna change things, okay? That's what we're going to do. The other thing, now, again, I'm explaining a few things, but these are my favorite, and you can pick two out of them. You can talk all of them. It depends on how it's going in the presentation. This is going longer than it should because I keep stopping to tell you how it goes,
Mm-hmm.
okay? The other one that I normally explain is the public purpose programs charge, okay? What do you think that is?
Something that goes towards public facilities, maybe?
Okay, very nice, good guess.
Perfect.
Whenever a person cannot pay for the utility bill, the utility helps them pay. Well, are they really helping? They're taking it out of us.
Or am I really helping?
Yeah.
You are really helping. When veterans come and they come when something happens to them and they can't pay for the electricity, that money goes to them. Let me tell you something about this. My brother is in the Navy. This is something dear to my heart. This actually touches me. If something was to ever happen to my brother, of course I want everyone to help him. I want to help you, okay? But I want to be asked. Did you ever get a phone call to say if you wanted to give to this charity? Did you? Did you? No, well, I never did either. As much as I want to help, I hate it when they take it out of my pocket without asking me, and that's what they do. Why am I paying for other people if it's not my choice? Well, that's what's going on right now. So, okay, let's talk about the tiers. Have you ever heard about tiers? There are 4 tiers, okay? All the utility companies have 4 tiers, and depending on how much you use, that's where they put you, okay? Tier 1 is the cheapest one of all, okay? At this point, they are charging you 15 cents, okay, per kilowatt per hour. Now, kilowatt per hour, what it is the unit that we use to measure the electricity. Like, if you say a gallon of milk, a minute for time, kilowatts per hour is for electricity. So for every kilowatt per hour, they are charging you 15 cents in tier 1. But they are telling you that you're only allowed to use 304 kilowatts. Now, let's look at your bill and tell me any of these. Right here in the bottom, how many kilowatts do you use this month?
922.
922. So in tier 1, they are charging you 15 cents for 304. So you already passed that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to tier 2. Tier 2 is 19 cents. And they are letting you use 91 kilowatts extra. Oh, they're so generous. But you passed that a long time ago, correct?
Correct.
Tier 3. Tier 3 is what they call a luxury tier. Now, I don't know if that makes any sense to you. Luxury. Do your beer gets colder in the refrigerator if you go through those kilowatts?
Nope.
No. Is the lighter brighter? No, nothing happens. But they just think that you are luxurious enough with money that they can charge you more. In that one, they are charging you 26 cents per kilowatt. But again, you pass that. Okay? Where are you right now? In which tier?
Looks like middle of tier 4.
Correct. So tier 4 is what they call the buffet. Because it's all you can eat. It's all you can use. Okay? You can use as much as you want if you're in that tier. But that's not really true because remember, if you use too much, they're already penalizing you for it, right? Now, that's where you are. And how much is that tier per kilowatt?
31 cents.
Okay, so that's where you are right now. Our goal today, what we are going to do today, is to get you as closer to tier 1 as possible and lock you there for at least 20 years. Okay, that's what we want to do. Is going back to at least, we're gonna try to put you at tier 1, that's my goal. We'll see how far we can get you, but we want to get you as close as tier 1 as possible, okay? But you also can tell them, and remember, the electricity keeps going up in price.
Mhm.
So those prices in tiers, they're not locked.
Right.
Those might change next month. The electricity bill keeps going up. The rates keep going up. Let me, I'm gonna give you an example here. Let's say 20 years ago. This is example number 3, it's in the test. Let's say we go back 20 years ago. How much do you used to pay for gas for your car 20 years ago?
It's just about $1.
$1.
Yeah.
That's normally what people say is $1. You can say that, it makes no sense, but I like the dollar because it's a rounder number. You know that the gas prices keep going up. Once in a while, they prices could go a little bit down, but they keep going up, right? We never know how much they're going to be,
Right.
but they keep going up. If I was to show up, knowing what you know now, if I was to show up 20 years ago to you, and I say to you, listen, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you a card. And this is a card, okay? I'm gonna give you a card. And with this card, you can keep putting gas in your car for $1.15 for the next 20 years. So see that I am going a little bit higher of the price, whatever they said. Why? Because if for any reason we end up a little bit higher,
Out of
now
pocket.
normally we go down out of pocket at first,
Hmm.
when they, we want to surprise them when we actually give them the numbers. We always want to under promise and over deliver. They said $1, so if I was to go 20 years ago, and I say you're gonna do $1.15 for the next 20 years, it will never, ever go up, okay? For the next 20 years. The card is free. So I'm not charging you anything for this. I'm gonna give it to you. Not only that, but after the 20 years, gas is free.
So, sorry, just to clarify, so $1.15, the card itself is free, and after 20 years, the gas is free, is that right? Is that what you said? Okay.
Okay? So after 20 years, you don't have to pay anything else. Would you take it? Absolutely, you would take it, huh? Okay, that's what we are doing today. We are locking the price today and get you as close as we can to tier 1. And we're gonna lock you there for 20 years. Okay? So from that point on, the system is yours and you don't have to pay it again. And now you are in control of your own energy, of your own electricity, okay? They are not going to be abusing you anymore. There is not such a thing as paying for the delivery because it's already in your house, okay? Now, is this something that will work for you? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good so far.
Okay, so right now you are presenting a problem. That's the idea of this. You are presenting a problem. You want to make them disgusted and you want them to get rid of this bill right away. You want to assume that the sale is happening right when you're doing this,
Mhm.
okay? And at the end, when you are doing the example of the gas card, that's when you're telling them how we're going to change that today, and that's when you go into the graph. Okay?